Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Tammy Talks here. Alright, I was not even going to watch this show, let alone do a recap on it. But I was watching, I never turned the channel, and it came on, they started showing the cast list. I got sucked in super duper quick. Alright, so Tammy Talks here. This is the recap for Love and Hip Hop, The Family Reunion, Season 3, Episode 1, Sun-Dazed and Confused. If you have not already, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video, and then before you leave, hop in the comment section and let me know you stopped by, all right? So this is the cast. This is who we are introduced to, or this is who we see the first episode. So we have Spice from Atlanta, Amara from Miami, Karlie from Atlanta, Estelita, I don't know why she would even be here, from Atlanta, Trick from Miami, Scrap DeLeon and his mother KK, both from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Mariah Lynn from New York, Alexis Sky is from Hollywood, and then I feel like she went over to Atlanta too. And I think she did a little bit in New York. Alexis Sky. We have Chrissy and Mama Jones, both from New York. We have Tierra Marie and Miss Nikki Baby, both from Hollywood. We have Gunplay from Miami. Jen and Pressure from New York. Definitely unnecessary. They're more unnecessary than Mariah Lynn is. But they're here, and then we have Lyrica from Hollywood, and then finally we have Chaotic from Miami. So the episode kind of really gets going. They're all on the beach, and Spice and Amara are hosting in Jamaica. So I'm going to skip all the, I invited so-and-so, and then because these people didn't invite nobody. Production said, all right, we're going to get these 30 washed up Love and Hip Hop people, put them all on the trip, because for whatever reason, it's like we're not getting new seasons. Nobody watched that Atlanta season. That last Atlanta season, trash. I've been stopped watching Miami. To be real, all we want is Hollywood. But they're not bringing it. I don't know what's going on with Love and Hip Hop. But let's do the fam reunion. So they're out on the beach. And Lyrica walks up and she lets the group know that she is now currently single. She's going through a divorce from her wife, A1, which we knew that was going to happen. Eventually, the two were not evenly yoked. Those of us that watched them on Marriage Boot Camp, it was time. We then find out that Jen and Pressure are now engaged, but they still have not set a wedding date. Pressure hasn't set a date yet because he's not going to marry you, Jen. He's not. How long ago were y'all on 11 Hip Hop and y'all still ain't married, just engaged? Girl, bye. So he wants everybody to know that he is a better man now. So he's standing in this group surrounded by all these women. It goes on to say that he feels that the real issue in a lot of relationships are the women, not the men. He said that women don't take accountability. Women don't, they don't hold themselves to the same standard that they hold their partners, that they hold these men. And he feels that men are always having to build women up. Why is Pressure here? We don't want to see Pressure on the season he was on. Nonetheless. So while everybody's hanging out chilling, they come over, as I think it was Spice, comes over and tells Nikki Tierra somewhere passed out. I said, God damn. Now look, we know that Tierra has had her bouts with alcoholism and sobriety. It's just not her strong point. Clearly still now. And I just kind of I saw a lot of people on Twitter saying, oh, they set Tierra up. No, Tierra set herself up. Tierra set herself up coming on to this show where you know that all they gonna do is sit around and drink. So Nikki goes and gets her. And while Tierra's in her confessional, they ask her, "Are you struggling with your sobriety?" Tierra's drunk ass was like, "I'm not suffering with my sobriety. No. Of course you're not struggling with it because your ass ain't sober." She then goes on to say that she is a grown ass woman, and if she wants to have a drink, she's going to have a drink. She did not want to sit just to the side while everybody else is drinking. You're struggling with your sobriety then. It's an issue for you then. If you can't be around other people while they are drinking and feel like you can't, you have to have a drink. You're struggling with your sobriety, babe. Hate to tell you, but that's what that means. So Tierra comes walking back, and I forgot who she's standing next to. It might have been Lyrica. And they're like by the water, and Tierra just falls down. And then they ask her, "Did you mean to fall?" And she said yes. I don't want to laugh at this lady, but Tierra needs to get some help. Remember, was it a couple years ago when Tierra Marie got arrested because she was driving through New York, like a tunnel or something, on three wheels? Three wheels? Three wheels. A typical car has four. Tierra has to get some help. Nonetheless, she's on this trip where it's just going to be a bunch of drinking. So by all means, girl. Gunplay. Gunplay has cut off that big ass dread that he had. He looks 1,000% better. He almost looks cute. Almost looks cute. So he said that him and Trick Daddy have beef. Apparently Trick has some Airbnb. Gunplay showed up, had a party there, trashed it. Why? So he said he wants to have a sit-down talk with Trick so they can squash whatever issue they have. You're too old for that. You are far too old for that. So then they're playing this Jenga game where every time you pull a piece, it has some type of truth or dare or some shit on there. So one of the truths, I guess, was Estelita saying that she slept with Safari. Who hasn't at this point? Safari has been on, hell, I feel like every single franchise. He has slept with a woman on every single, like no one is shocked. I am certainly not shocked when any of these Love and Hip Hop women say that they slept with Safari. I expect it, So Scrap and KK show up. KK is unnecessary to this group. KK is unnecessary to this group, but they show up, and Karlie said how this is bringing back a lot of memories for her. Karlie gone somewhere. Karlie is so annoying. Karlie gone somewhere. Karlie is acting like her and Scrap were in a full-blown real deal relationship. Y'all weren't. Y'all started getting cool right before he went to jail. You were going up to the jail to see him. By the time he got out of jail, you were engaged to Mo. That's basically it. Y'all didn't have much more of a storyline or much more of anything than that. So Alexis Sky and Mariah Lynn show up. Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe. I still like the song. I bought it. Not ashamed to admit that I bought it. So they show up. Alexis wants people to see how much more of an adult she is now, how much she has matured. She says she is now 28 years old, and she just wants people to see that she's in a different place. Tierra Marie's drunk ass is over to the side next to Lyrica saying how I don't like her. I don't like her. And Lyrica is looking like, what? Okay, sure. So she's saying that she does not like Alexis because Alexis had beef with Masika back in 2017. It's 2022. And y'all are beefing over some shit from 2017. All right. Where apparently because Tierra's friends with Masika, Alexis had an issue with Masika. So everything kind of got thrown up in there together, and she lumped all of her friends into a situation where she didn't like none of them. Why do we care? It is literally 6 years later. Literally 6 years later. Who cares? So Alexis approaches Tierra to ask what the problem is. It turns into a bunch of back and forth. So originally, somebody asked Alexis, what is the issue with, I guess, with her? Alexis said, who? Tierra took that personal because you know who the fuck I am. So Tierra took that personal. So now it's a lot of back and forth going back and forth. Gunplay, for some reason, jumps in the middle of it. What are you doing? What are you doing? That had absolutely nothing to do with you. Nonetheless, like I can't stand to see women arguing and the man jump in and start arguing too. What? You're not even from Hollywood with the rest of them. But okay. So then Mariah Lynn is like, Karlie, what issue do you have with me? Karlie said that that Mariah has an issue with her. Mariah Lynn was like, no, I don't. If you had beef with, one of my friends or something, yeah, I probably said something online, but I don't have a problem with you. So then Karlie was like, well, you were online saying that I'm messy. What? You are messy, Karlie. So then Mariah Lynn was like, you are. So Karlie had the audacity, the nerve to say, you don't even know me to say that. Karlie, I don't know you from a can of paint. You don't know me from a can of paint. I can tell you that you're messy because we have seen you act a bold-faced ass fool numerous seasons on Atlanta. Nobody has to know you personally to know that you're messy. You are messy. You're messy. It's what you are. I cannot believe Karlie had the audacity to get mad about that. Girl, bye. Bye, Karlie. So it turns into everybody just kind of separating. Tierra is explaining her issue with Alexis to Chrissy and Amara. Chrissy was like, yeah, I understand. She knows you, but she said, you know who? It's a way to dismiss you. Chrissy said that her role is to be an OG and a motherly figure to try to get everybody back on one accord. Chrissy, are you on one accord with everybody you had beef with? Are you on one accord with everybody you had beef with? Because if not, you are really in no position to be trying to tell people how to act. Don't Chrissy still got beef with Yandy? Okay. So back up in the room, Alexis is talking to Mariah, and she said that when she was asking who, she was asking like who is the ops that she. Stop it. Stop it. You know what you were doing, Alexis. You know exactly what you were doing. Nobody's about to fall for that. Mariah Lynn was like, well, they're old, and they're just mad because we're the it girls here. Mariah Lynn, I don't even think 70% of them people there know who you are, babe. Don't boost yourself up, okay? Don't get yourself so high up that you lose all sense of stuff. Let's get some perspective in this bitch. Y'all are not the it girls there. Let's be completely clear and real about that. So, Scrap is talking to Karlie. And Scrap said that when he got out of prison, Karlie was acting kind of funny towards him when he first got out. Karlie said that, she was in a situation. She was in a relationship. She was not going to disrespect her relationship at that time by, I guess, giving him a hug. Sure. It then turns into her asking him, why are you here? Karlie, why are you here? For the check. You know why Scrap is there. Everyone that showed up is there for the check. Nothing more, nothing less. They're there because they probably still have contractual agreements that they need to fulfill. And because we're not getting the show like we used to, we're going to all show up to this family reunion, and that's going to count as your season. So Scrap said that he had nothing else going on. And, it's a bunch of beautiful women here. So then Karlie was like, I saw that you said that you wanted a bunch of girlfriends. He said, no. I said, I would want multiple wives. So Karlie is like, so that's what it is. You're here looking at all the women. Scrapsy, I think you want me to only have eyes for you, Karlie. Is that what it is? Karlie gets up and walks away. Already irritated with Karlie. Already irritated with Karlie. So then Spice, Amara, and KK are in the pool, and they're just talking about how much drama they've already had, but tomorrow is Carnival Day, so they're hoping that that puts everybody in better spirits. It won't, because y'all are going to do more drinking in this hot sun with not a stitch of food. Not a crumb, a morsel, and nothing of food was actually out there. Trick was supposed to go fishing, then come back with no fish. So while they're down there, we see Chaotic, who, as soon as he got in Jamaica, tested positive for, for the Roro. So he has to quarantine. So Spice is like opening her legs. You can dive in head first, doing a lot. But if he was up in her face, she wouldn't be on none of that. So that was the first episode. It was a lot of typical Love and Hip Hop mess. We see that Safari's going to be there, of course, because Safari goes to everything. Safari's going to be there. Shay and her brother MJ are going to show up. It looks like Tokyo Vanity is coming. We know Mama Jones is going to show up. And we know that Jim Jones is going to show up. So I think this one is actually going to be a pretty good season. The first one I thought was good. The second one, not so much. But I think with this cast, this third one is going to be good. So let me know what you guys thought about this episode. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and thumbs up the video. And I will catch you guys in the next one.